Hello, everyone. Good evening for people in India and good afternoon, people in Germany. I hope you people are doing good. You're able to hear me now. I'm coming already live. Please put in the comment if you're able to hear me clearly and you're able to see my screen as well. Right? All right. So, So in this class, we will be covering the remaining part of this preposition and dative, and this is going to be very, very interesting and very important as far as general sentences are concerned, and A2 level of German is concerned. All right. So without wasting any time, let's jump directly into the topic. And meanwhile, I just want to see the confirmation from you guys that you are able to see and hear me quite clearly. All right. Okay. So let me go directly to the board. So these are the prepositions that some of these we have already seen. Okay. For example, of and Seit. Okay. Aus also we have seen. So we will cover the remaining portion. And there are many, right? 10 of them. So we will take 3, 4 example each and then cover it. Okay. So first I will explain you guys what are these, and then we can, move further one by one. Okay. So let us see this table. Okay. Let me see right here. Select a pen first of all. Yeah. All right. Mm, yeah. So nominative we have seen for the article how it looks, right? Der, die, das, die, right? This is male, masculine, feminine, neutral, and plural. Accusative, how this der changes to den, remaining die will be same, das and die will be same, right? And for dative, this is important for today. So please keep in mind this table in your head that this there will change to them, this die will change to der, and this das will become dem, and this d will become den in plural. This is for plural. We will see examples, so don't worry about it. But for now, just remember that this there will change to dem. Yeah. And this d will change to there, das will change to dem, d will change to den, and with the noun you add at the end n. All right. So now let us take example for whatever we have not touched. Okay. Okay, so let me take example here itself, and meanwhile you can write this table somewhere in front of you so that when we cover, you don't mess with article. All right, let me come down and let us start with Außer. Okay, we have only 45 to 50 minutes, so I just don't want to waste any time, and we will go quickly for 4 or 5 sentences we will see and try to cover these preposition in this class. And after the class, if you have any doubt, we will cover, today, or maybe in the next class we will take tests for all these preposition that we have learned. All right. So this author is used mainly for like apart from or sides, okay, or excluding these kind of situation you will use it. For example, if I say, for example, everyone is here except 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 I will say for except for my brother. Okay. So here except is this außer, right? This is außer. Yeah. So this is what, and this is always dative. This whatever we are learning today is always dative, and this preposition will make your sentences look much better. All right. So let us see how this sentence we will make. Very simple, right? Everyone is here. Alle sind hier, außer, except for my brother, except my brother. So don't see this for, okay? This is except, right? And this except is always dative. So except my brother. So my brother in nominative is mein Bruder. So how it will change? Außer, mine, I told you that there becomes them in dative. So mine will become meinem. Außer meinem Bruder. Bruder. Okay, let us take a different example. this time, and then I will give you a simple example and you can try. So I will say, let me see, someone has any doubt in between? And let us take another example. No one has any doubt, right? So besides you, I don't know anyone. Okay, besides you, I like except you, like I know you, but I don't know anyone else other than you. Yeah. So this is what. So how to make this sentence? Okay. So if I say just make this sentence, I don't know anyone. So how you will make? We have seen already such cases. Is Kena. How you will say? Is Kena. Let me see, someone has pinged here. Nothing, right? So is Kena niemanden here. Yeah. So is Kena niemanden here. Okay. So verb will always come at the second position. So I'm talking about only this part. I don't know anyone. Niemanden is no one. So I know no one. That is how you make it. No need to put don't and all. You forget about don't. You say I not know in anyone. This is how you write in German, right? There's no do and all here, right? So I not know anyone. So how you will say? Is subject and then verb and then object. So is Kena niemanden. Niemanden. Niemand is no one. Niemand is no one, but this is accusative. So this will become niemanden here. Is Kena niemanden here. But now I'm saying except you. So how to make this sentence? If I say 1 second, except you, I don't know anyone. Okay. So I will say außer dir. Außer dir. Why do is you, but do becomes dir in dative, right? Do becomes dir. This is accusative, but I told you except is always dative. So außer dir, this is one word. This is one word. What will come next? The verb. Verb always comes at the second position. So Kena. Außer dir, Kena is niemanden. Niemanden here. Something like this. Let me see if anyone has any doubt here. If you have any doubt, please feel free to put in the chat and I will explain again. All right. So only thing that you have to remember here is außer is always dative. So whatever comes here, right, this will be changed to dative. So except you, this do become dear, right? Do become dear. We have learned, right? Is niemanden here. I hope it is very clear to everyone. Now let me move to next example. Meanwhile, I'm checking your chat. If anyone has any doubt, you can tell me. Yeah. So next is he eats everything. He eats everything except take anything. For example, except meat. For example, okay. He eats everything except meat. So you break it here. How you will make this sentence? Very simple, right? Essen, right? And this is third person er. So this remove en, put te, and this e will change to I. So how it will become? Er ist, everything is alles. Er ist alles außer Fleisch. Yeah, außer Fleisch. So these are very, very simple sentences, right? These are very, very simple sentences. I'm just giving fast because we don't have time, right? So we have to cover several this dative preposition. So I'm giving some example quickly and moving forward. Okay, so for example, let us take another example. Okay, we work. Anyone has any doubt here? Feel free to put. I am seeing every time here. If anyone has put, we work every day except on Sunday, for example. Okay. So you see this again, except is außer, right? How to make this sentence? Break it. Very simple. This is A1 level, right? When you add this This become A2. Now let us solve this, okay, quickly. Just a second. Let me move it little bit up. So we work every day. Work is what? Arbeiten. Work is arbeiten. And with wir, always it will be same. There's no change. So we will write wir arbeiten, arbeiten every day. Can anyone try? This is very simple, right? Every day is jeden Tag. Wir arbeiten jeden Tag. This is simple. Till here, there is no doubt. Wir arbeiten jeden Tag except on Monday. So how you will say? Monday is der Sonntag. Der Sonntag. This is masculine, okay? In nominative. Always masculine, right? So in nominative, you say der Sonntag, right? But now, because of Außer, this will become dative. And in dative, you have seen table, right? There will become dem, right? So I will say Außer dem Außer dem Sonntag, right? What we will say? And here you will not use this, right? Because you are already saying Außer Sonntag. So you don't have to tell Außer this and all, right? It is coming here, okay? Right? On them, right? So there's no need. Already this is right? So Außer Sonntag. Till here, anyone has any doubt? Let me see. Please put in the chat if you feel that something you have not understood in this part in Außer. Then we will move to next dative. Außer is clear to everyone. Please put in the chat yes or no. Okay. I hope it is clear. Let's move to next one. And the next one is very, very important. Okay. This is by. This is always dative. This is always dative. And this English, if you see, then it is for with or at. It depends on the situation. What is the meaning of by? It has a different meaning. That's why people get confused, right? Which one is what? Let us take example and then you will understand. So for example, if I say I am staying today at my parents parents house, right? So when you are staying at someone houses, right, then you use by. Don't use anything else for this, okay? Use by, okay? Or with condition, some condition is happening, okay? For that also we will see all those examples, one or two, and then we will move right for next one. So how to make this sentence? I am staying today, okay? Or I am staying today in house, okay, in someone else's house. Then you say it like this. Or you say I work at your company, or I worked at your company, or how to say this, company, right? When you say like this, I worked at your company, this is used by, okay? When you are working at a company or you are staying at someone's house, then these are the situation where you use by, okay? So remember these cases, okay? And don't use anything else instead of this, okay? This is the perfect match for these scenarios, okay? So how to say this? For example, I worked at Accenture, okay? I worked at Google. Yeah, so how to say this? So I will say is arbeite by Accenture. Or if I'm saying I worked at you, at your company, so I will say by dia or something like this. Okay, by deinem Unternehmen. So dein Unternehmen became deinem because of by. So das Unternehmen is the normal. This das become them, dein became deinem. So your company became by deinem Unternehmen. Yeah. So anyone has any doubt till here? So guys, if you put in the chat that you have doubt or not, that makes class more interactive. Okay. Then I feel like, okay, you guys are listening, understanding, right? So if you don't get something, please feel free to say that, okay, I didn't get it, and then I will explain it again, right? But if you don't interact, then I will feel that, okay, I'm just talking to myself, okay? Yeah. So ich arbeite bei deinem Unternehmen. Unternehmen. All right. So if I say he works, let me take another example. If I say he works at a bank. See, this is again work, right? So we will always use by for whatever is there in English, doesn't matter. We will use by, right? So now bank is the bank, the bank. Yeah, in nominative. Always you say the bank. So but in dative, because of by, this the will change. I told you that the will change to der. Let us try. Er arbeiten. This is arbeiten, right? Work is arbeiten. And you remove e and put te, right? With e also retaining. So this is arbeitet. I have already taught conjugation of verbs in A1. 200 verbs I have taught you. So if you get doubt with this, please refer those A1 videos. So I'm saying arbeitet by eine Bank. Eine Bank, die Bank, but this is not nominative. Now it is dative because of by. So this einer will change to einer. This die will change to der. So I will say by einer Bank. I hope this is very, very clear to every one of you. Okay. If anyone has any doubt, please feel free to ask me. Someone has put here. No doubt, right? No doubt. Let us move to next one because we have several cases here today to cover, but any doubt is that I'm free, I'm more than okay to explain you again, okay? So let me explain this again, okay? So he works is Arbeiter, there's no doubt about it. And I told you, whenever there's work, you always use by, and this is always in dative case, dative, right? And die will become to der, einer will become to einer, right? If I'm saying at the bank, then this will become by der Bank, okay, by their bank. Everyone is clear about it? All right, so let us take one last example for this. He helps me with my homework or Hausaufgabe. Yeah. So now he's helping you with something, right? He's helping you with something. With something, I told you that this is also by, okay? If some condition is there or some process is going on, or you are working at a company, in these conditions we are using by, yeah? So he's helping you with something, right? Always use by in this case. So now he helps me. How to make this? First of all, er and helfen. This is helfen. Remove this, put a, but here e will change, right, to I. So er helped, and this me is what? Mia. I will tell you. First, let us write helped. Er helped, and always this is to remember that this helping is always a dative verb. So by default, whatever the object will come, this is not accusative. It is not miss. If you write a helped miss is wrong. A helped Mia, because helping is always a dative verb. You have to remember this always. Okay, so this me will become Mia. So this is clear now. A helped Mia. With what he is helping me? With my homework. So mein Hausaufgabe. Okay, Hausaufgabe. But my homeworks, there are many, right? So Hausaufgaben. Okay, so now let us see. By, and this is plural, right? So I've told you that this is plural den. Plural, if you forget, let me write the table again for you. Okay, der, die, das, die. This is in nominative. This is in nominative, masculine, feminine, and this is neutral. This is plural, right? This is how it is. So in dative, what it becomes? There becomes them, die becomes der, das becomes them, This and this will be same, right? Masculine and neutral. And this D will become den, and the noun you have to add an also. So what it will become? Er helped mir by, this is many Hausgabe, right? This is plural. So this is meinen. This is den, this will become meinen. So it will become meinen and Hausaufgabe, and at the end you have to add an. I told you with noun also you will add an in dative for plural. Okay, so this will become er helped mir. Let me write this here. Let me write this. Er, just a second. Er hilft mir bei meinen Hausaufgaben. This is coming because it is plural. And in plural, it is then plus noun plus an extra. This n comes extra. This is a rule. And this is there will become den. And this meine here, mine will become meinen. Anyone has any doubt so far? This is a very brilliant stuff. If you are able to make sentences like this, means you are already reaching more than A2, reaching towards B1. Because many people make such mistakes even at B1 level, okay? And this you have to remember, this is a verb which is always in dative, helfen, right? So er helped mir, not miss. With what he's helping me? With my Hausaufgabe, all right? Let us take another dative preposition, which is very, very common. Okay, every single sentence you will see, you will most often see this. Okay, and this is mostly this meaning is also with. So don't confuse with by. By also means sometimes with. With, at, we have already seen. I'm staying at my parents' house, or I'm helping you with my homework. But don't start using meet and all. If I say I stay with you, and I say I stay at you, at your house, both are different sentence, right? So in this case, if I'm staying at your house, then you have to use by. But if I'm sharing a room with you, then you can use mit. Okay, so people most often confuse themselves with meet and by. We will see after ending this class, maybe next week, the problem what people feel. Okay, while they have all the preposition together, they confuse themselves which one to use. After we cover all these preposition, then we will cover the confusing one. Okay, so which one to use at what place? In this class we are learning the uses, but we will cover in the coming classes the one which is confusing us, right? So then you will have no doubts which one to use. So if I'm just telling this, I stay with you, then is wohne, wohne, wohnen. This is wohnen, and remove this, put e. So it's became ona, right? Is ona. If I say with you, mit dir. If I say do is nominative, dative, it become dear. I told you with mit is always dative, right? So this became dear. So if I say is wanna mit dear, means we are sharing a room, right? Right? If I say I'm staying at your house, maybe for today or something like that. So you will say is bleibe or is wanna by dear. See, these are the small differences, but people make such mistakes because they don't understand. They just convert from English. Okay, with is there, let me use always meet. Okay, which is not correct. Now let us take example for meet more. Okay, not by. So now in case of transport, whenever you have transport, don't use anything. Use meet. Use meet. So is if I say I drive a cycle, for example. Okay, I drive a cycle. So here I drive with a cycle, no one will say. Cycle is not your friend with whom you are just going for a walk, right? You drive by a cycle in English, but in German it is I drive with a cycle. Cycle will not go away. Cycle will go with you wherever you go, right? So this is how they have formed, you know. So now how to make this sentence? First you understand this is das Fahrrad. Das Fahrrad. Yeah. This is neutral. So das becomes them. We have already seen. There also become them, das also become them in dative. Why dative? Because meat is always dative. This is a rule. Okay. So now how to make sentence? Let us solve this. Is drive is fahren. Remove and put e. So I will say is fahre and don't use by. Okay, that will be wrong. Use mit them. Das Fahrrad changed to them because of mit them Fahrrad. I hope this is clear to everyone. This is such a simple sentence because mit you might have used many times, but don't confuse with by and all. Okay. All right. Anyone has any doubts so far? Let me see in the chat. All right. So now let us take another example for mit. So when to use, sorry about this, mit is used. One is for transport and one is for instrument. For example, you are doing something and you are using something as an instrument. For example, let us take example. He writes with a pen. So pen is an instrument which he is using to write, right? This is a instrument. This is an instrument. So what you will use? Mit. Okay. Don't start using by and all. It will be wrong, right? So now he writes with a pen. How to make it? First rule is what? Mit is always dative. First you have to remember for every noun what is the article. If you forget the article, then you can't make a sentence correctly. I have told you in A1 and I have given 200 plus words that you have to remember at A1. Shortly I will put for A2 also. I'm not getting time, but I will put it for A2 also, some 200 to 500 words, which will make your life much easier at A2 level, right? So first understand this is der Kuli in nominative, right? Der Kuli. But this is not nominative. This is what? Dative. Because of this. Let us break it first. He writes. Schreiben. Schreiben is to write. Schreiben. Right? So remove this, put T. Right? So it becomes er. He schreibt. Er schreibt mit. This is der Kuli, ein Kuli. Ein Kuli. Because ein, einer, ein, right? So this ein Kuli or der Kuli, right? So now up and this ein will change. There will become what? Them. You see ending m. So ein will change to ein m. Here also m. Similar like them. So it will become mit einem Kuli. And this K is capital because it is noun. So many people you will say they will write mit ein Kuli and it will be wrong sentence because with mit always it is dative. So ein will change to einem Kuli. So now if you just go down a bit and let me show you the table again. Der, die, das, die, der, die, das, die, right? In nominative. In dative, what it becomes? There becomes them, die becomes their, das becomes them, and die becomes here plural. So then plus n for noun, right? But now if it is ein, this is ein, this is eine, sorry, eine, and this is also ein. This and this will be similar, right? And this is plural, so there's no question. So this ein will become them. You take em from here, so einem in dative, and this will become einer, einer, and this also will be same to nominative, so einem, right? So here there is no question, right? All right, let me see if anyone has any doubts so far. If you have no doubts, meaning you are understanding it. But if you have doubt, don't feel shy to ask it in the chat. I'm more than happy to, explain it again. Let us take one last example for this. We travel with our children. Okay, for example, and let's take plural here, children. Yeah. So when you are doing something together, right? I told you in the beginning that when you are doing something together, right? In that case, meet is used, right? Meet is used. This is one of the uses. There are many uses of meet. We have seen already some of them. So this is traveling. You are traveling together, right? So this meet. Let us break this. We travel with our children. So our children is unjera, kinder. Kinder is what? Die Kinder, plural. Das Kind became die Kinder in what? In nominative. Now in dative, this is our children is unsere Kinder. Like die Kinder, our children is unsere Kinder. But now in dative, how it will change, we will see, right? So now you have to remember that this becomes then, right? You see here, I have already written then. So this unjera will become unjeren, unjeren. And this kinder, but here n will come at the last. I have told you already. And this is mit. So how to write this? We travel reisen, via reisen plus mit unseren Kindern. So anyone has any doubt so far? I'm telling you guys that this is such a mistake that people do at B2 level, not at even A2 level. I'm talking about. I've seen people making this level quite often at B1 and very rarely at B2, because B2, if you make this, this is like you're killing yourself in the exam. You will get directly 0 marks for the entire sentence, and people will feel that you don't know anything about dative and other thing, right? But people do mistakes because they don't practice, right? But if you have understood this part, then please put in the chat that you are getting it. Yeah. Let me see if anyone has doubt so far. All right. So if there's no doubt, let us move. Okay. Let me see again. No doubt, right? Let us move to next topic. Okay. Next topic in the sense nach. Nach. So this is used when you are traveling from somewhere to somewhere. Okay. This is like origin if you are like going from somewhere to somewhere, okay, from cities to city, or in time also, okay, after some time, after, in English this the meaning is after, okay, or in that direction. This is what this nach is used, nach. And this is always dative. Today whatever we are learning is always dative. So the table what I explained to you is so important that you have to never forget this table. Let me put here once more for anyone who is joining late. Um, Here nominative, der, die, das, die. Yeah, nominative. And dative, this der will become dem, this and this will be same, dem, this will become der, this d will become den. And with noun, put extra n. Okay. And if it is eine, ein, and it is plural, so don't put anything. So this ein will become, you see, m is there, right? So it will become einem. Here er is there, right? Einer. And this will be same, so einem. If no one is there, then put keinem, keiner, keinem, and here keinen, right? So this table you have to understand thoroughly. Okay, whatever we are learning, you keep it in front of you. Take a picture of this and keep in front of you so that when we solve, you don't get doubts. Okay. All right. So now let us take example. Anyone has any doubt so far? Let me see in the chat. If anyone has any doubt, please feel free to put in the comment. Now let us move to nach. Okay. So if I say after after eating, I will work, right? So this is a sentence. So break it. This is very simple. I will work. And this is after eating, right? So eating is essen. This is noun here. This verb is used as a noun. So you are after eating some something like this, right? So essen is to eat, right? And eating is essen. So you will say nach dem, sorry, nach, nach dem is also there, but we'll see that later. Okay. So nach dem essen. Anyone has put anything? So this is das Essen. Any verb, always you have to remember that this form is always das Essen. So das will change to dem in dative. Nach dem Essen. So this becomes after eating. So this is one word. Okay, this is one word after eating. So what will come at the second position? Verb always. So what is the verb? Arbeiten. Arbeiten. But is, this is, right? So remove this en, put e. So here arbeite. And then subject. What is the subject? Is, right? So nach dem Essen arbeite is. Okay. Or if this was not there, then you don't write like this. You write is arbeite. Is arbeite. But because first position you have something, verb will always come at the second position. And if you don't put it, if you write like this, let me go down. If you write like this, nach, sorry about this, nach dem Essen ist arbeite, arbeite. This is wrong sentence. Remember this point, because this is one word, nach dem Essen. There's no meaning if you separate it, right? So this is one word, okay? Second position, what should come? Work, right? So this should come here, understanding, all right? Anyone has any doubt so far? Let me see. Anyone has any doubt? No one has any doubt. All right. So next one is phone. This is another very, very important one. Very, very important. So the meaning, literal meaning in English is from, okay? Or honor of something, okay? Honor. So if I say, one second, if I give you an example, for example, I have a watch from my father. I get a watch from my father, right? So my father was the owner of the watch. He gave the watch to me, right? So these are the situation, or for origin also you are using it. So for example, if I say, I'm going from Berlin to Frankfurt. These sentences you will use here, phone. Yeah, we will see the example. Okay. Now, let us take one first example cases for this one. Okay. The gift, the gift is from my father. I told you this, right? First. Or the pen is from my father, something. Okay. So now who was the owner for this gift? He was the owner. Now he's giving it. And this gift is das Geschenk. This is das Geschenk. Yeah. So these you have to remember, my friend. You can't escape the article for noun. If you escape it, then German you can't learn. You will make mistakes. Okay. For every sentence that you will, make, it will be wrong. So my suggestion, whenever you are learning a new wrong, they or font will become meinem Vater. Von meinem Vater. Mine, if you write, it is wrong. Anyone has any doubt so far in this particular sentence? This is the most easiest of all sentences that we have seen, but this can be very tricky if you don't understand what is dative and what is accusative. We have learned in A1 also in quite detail what is accusative, what is nominative. So I'm not going too much in deep, but the table you have to remember and what changes in dative, right? That is clear, right? Das Geschenk ist von meinem Vater. All right. Okay. So now let us take one example. Okay, for driving. Okay, so from which place to that? We are uh, driving from Berlin to Frankfurt. I think most of you might already be aware that I stay in Frankfurt. Okay, so let us say we are driving from Berlin to Frankfurt. So this is simple, right? We are driving. Very simple, right? Right? And if you say in a car, We are driving in a car from Berlin. Let us make it very difficult, okay, for new ones. So now forget about this in a car for now. Okay, let us take this first. We are driving from Berlin to Frankfurt. So how you will say? Wir fahren. First make this sentence. Wir. This is fahren, right? Fahren. No change will happen with wir. Same. Wir fahren. Where you are driving to? Nach Frankfurt. You are going to this place. From where? Berlin, right? So you will say wir fahren von Berlin. From where you are going? From Berlin, right? Where you are going to? Which place you are going to is Frankfurt. Nach Frankfurt. We say wir fahren von Berlin nach Frankfurt. Anyone has any doubt in this sentence, first of all? Wir fahren von, see, this is origin. This is always von. This is dative, but this is place. You don't put here the article. But some place also takes it. We will see that later. Already we have seen it, okay, in A1, but we will see again in some sentences. And where he is driving to, nach, we have already seen just some time back. So nach Frankfurt. Now, if this is clear, I'm saying let us take another, thing which we have learned in a car. So will us use, should we use in or should we use mit? This is the thing which we just learned. When you are driving something, transport, okay, never use this one, okay? Use this because this car is used as a instrument to travel to some other place. So how you will make this sentence? Let me break it. So you will say wir fahren mit das Auto, right? Das Auto, in this is nominative, das Auto. Das will change to what? Because mit is always dative. Das will change to what? Dem. Mit dem Auto. And then this will follow. Von Berlin nach Frankfurt. Now let me go down. Okay. Is that clear? One second. This is giving me some issues going down. All right. All right. So now if I have to write this, I will say wir fahren mit dem Auto von Berlin nach Frankfurt. Okay. One second. One second. Yeah. There was a spider on my desk suddenly. Sorry about that. Okay. So wir fahren mit dem Auto von Berlin nach Frankfurt. Is that clear to everyone? This is such a, this may look horrible to someone who has started with the, dative preposition and all that, right? Right? But now we have already seen this for quite some time, right? So you have to break it. Don't get disheartened that, okay, how to make it. You have to understand bit by bit, okay? With what you are traveling, always use mit, okay? From where you are traveling, use von. Which location you are traveling to, use nach, okay? So if I say, for example, I travel to India. Yeah. So you are going to this place, right? You are going to this place. So nach Indian, right? So I will say is fliege. I can't walk, right, from Germany to, so I will fly, right? So is fliege nach Indian. I will say is fliege nach Indian. If you say is fahre nach Indian, maybe that is also correct grammatically, but it will not make sense because it will take, at least 20 to 30, I don't know how many days by a car or something. Or is that possible? All right. So I hope this part is clear to you guys. Right. So now we have 2 minutes time. So we have one more. Okay. Gegenüber and Su. Su und Gegenüber. Yeah, these are two left. okay, and we don't have enough time. Okay, so I think we will cover these two things in the next class. And if you get any doubt to whatever we have learned, please feel free to put in the comments that you have not understood something or you have any doubt. Because if you control these, preposition, then you are halfway through. See, if you are able to understand basic tense and preposition in any language, you will be able to make sentence. Okay, any language I'm telling. Okay, and German is no different. People struggle here because they don't know the preposition, which one to use and how to make a sentence tense, right? Something like this: I work at night and drive morning to Delhi. See, it looks such a big sentence, right? But it is such a simple thing. You see, what is this? Simple. I work is a tense, right? This is time that we have already learned. And drive morning is another sentence. I drive morning to Delhi is preposition. So such sentence will become so easy for you to make. Okay, but if you don't have the confidence that okay, preposition I have learned. So if you don't know, I drive, sorry about this, I drive to Berlin. If you don't know what is this to, this is Berlin and you are driving to this place, so this is always nach. If I'm saying I drive from Frankfurt, so from Frankfurt, so this is what von, origin of the place. This is the origin from where you are going to this place. So von, and this is nach. Yeah. So this is preposition. So this I drive is very simple. Everyone knows is fahre. But they can't make this sentence because they don't know von, they don't know nach. So this preposition, if you learn properly, then you halfway through 50% of the sentences you can make in German without any problem. So trust me these words. So if you have missed any class previously, I would request to please watch these videos if you are serious about learning German, because preposition, according to me, preposition plus you can say tense, if you have mastered these two things, forget about anything else. If you concentrate on these two topics, then guaranteed that you will be able to talk properly. Maybe you will not talk so brilliantly, but people will be able to understand, because this is just a small topic, right? Just preposition plus tense. There are many topics to be learned, right? And that's why we have A1, A2, then B1, B2, so many things are there, C1, C2. So this is just the backbone of this language. And people directly try to, go to B1 or B2 without understanding preposition. So they struggle very hard because their backbone or base is not, strong. So my request is to concentrate on preposition and tense that we have learned in A1, and we are learning here preposition at A2 level. And we will continue this at B1 also, this preposition, because people at B1 to B2 also, they are having tough time with preposition because they don't concentrate at